check out the view now. It's really incredible with the sunset and the blue hills and everything. It'd be cool to do the same kind of view, just a little bit differently. Maybe this view in front of me, the hills are a little bit more blue. Maybe I can use this and then add the light from the sky over there. That could be pretty cool. So maybe do something just a little bit more different than these trees and everything. So that's kind of the idea, hopefully. Let's see if I can do it. All right, folks, check it out. This is the second part. This is right where we left off in the last episode. I had just painted the sunset. The sun just went down behind these hills, and I decided to try another painting. Something a little bit different. We have some structures and stuff at the bottom of this painting. So we have some apartment buildings or some kind of houses and stuff, neighborhoods. So I start out with the sky. As you can see, a warm sky with a little bit of that grayed down blue at the top. Got a nice wet into wet mix into that. And remember, I'm painting this in the evening. The sun just went down. It's a lot cooler in the evening. This is the beginning of November, so it gets a lot cooler. It's about 11 degrees Celsius, maybe 12 or 13, which is around, it's in the 50s, maybe 60 degrees Fahrenheit. So at this temperature, watercolor dries very slowly. So everything I do in this painting pretty much has to be done in one layer. Like, I can't go over the sky again. I can't go over these hills again. I'd have to wait like 20 minutes for this thing to dry. So I'm painting very directly here. And sometimes that's what you have to do, even though it's watercolor. You kind of have to treat it differently when you're painting on location and you only have 15 minutes to paint this scene. By the time I finish this painting, the lighting's completely different. Everything is completely changed. So just keep that in mind when you're watching me do these kind of paintings and stuff. Because sometimes, they don't come out the greatest, or they're kind of weird the way that I paint them. But sometimes they have to be painted directly like this, So sometimes the approach, the process is a little bit different. So as you can see there, I did the sky, and then I jumped down into some of the trees and stuff at the bottom. I kind of wanted the sky to dry a little bit before I put that hill in the background, because I didn't want the hill to completely melt into the sky like a wet into wet wash. I kind of wanted to keep some sharpness there, especially in the middle of the painting there where the sun just went down. So you can see we got the nice darks coming in the foreground with the trees and the buildings really bringing everything together. And now just a little bit of line work and some darks and everything for the windows. This little bit of detail and these little bit of splatters add some texture and more focus to the overall scene. And that's pretty much it here. A little more splattering, and we'll take a look at the final painting now. All right, folks, finished that one up. I think I'm pretty happy with the second one, maybe even more happy with the second one. It's pretty cool. I think I really got the gist of what was out here. Of course, this is a very challenging time of night. It's already getting dark. It's getting colder. Things are just tougher to deal with, and the situation's always changing. The light's always changing. It always looks, every minute it looks like a better painting that I could have done. But anyway, thanks for tuning in for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed those two paintings back to back. It's really fun to do that sometimes, especially when you have such an epic view. But anyway, I gotta head back, eat some dinner. All right, so here's a look at my final painting of this trip and kind of this video. This cactus in the backyard here, I kind of painted it from a different view. So the greens weren't as yellow-green when I was seeing it. We'll see in this painting. Kind of not the best composition, to be honest, that I drew. But sometimes you kind of have to sacrifice a few things like composition to try to I just wanted to capture the cactus, you know what I mean? Like the light on the cactus, the colors. Composition kind of took a backseat for this painting, unfortunately. But it's still something cool. It's something I never painted before, and I definitely look forward to painting more of these kinds of subjects in the future, of course. So I started out with the sky here. I kind of invented that sky because there wasn't really a sky background. So I kind of made that up just so that the cactus would stand out. And then I kind of did some wet washes of the cactus green and browns and cooler greens. And once that dried, because this is now out in the sun, It's a lot hotter. This is during the day in the direct sun. Dries a lot quicker. So now with this painting, you'll see the process a little bit differently. I can paint in many different layers. So I've already done one layer of lights, and now I'm going in with the shadows a little bit darker. So we already have 2 layers down on this painting, very quickly too, because the sun dried them very quickly. And I would still say this is my second layer. Just kind of, I'm adding some of those little prickly pear fruits on the cactus. I think I went a little overboard on some of those. I shouldn't have put as many as I did, but you know what? Too late now, I already put them down, so what are you gonna do? You just learn from it. So now we're doing a 3rd layer, and these are really darks. This is kind of gonna bring back some of the form that I kind of lost, and that it kind of needs to separate some of the limbs and stuff of the cactus. So this is more thicker pigment. This is like the darkest dark. It's a very warm dark. It's basically a mixture of transparent red oxide or some kind of brown mixed with ultramarine blue. And it's a thicker mixture, so it's just darker, less water. I'm trying not to get too detailed with it. I'm trying not to get too much, too worried about it. But that's pretty much the end of this one as well, folks. We'll take a look at the final painting. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this adventure, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.